Welcome to Hoochee. I'm Matt.
And I'm G. And before we get going with this episode, if we could just ask you to please like, subscribe, and share, and it helps us to keep going with the most amazing guests for this podcast.
Harper Grace is a voice in country music who has been in the spotlight from the age of 11. From viral moments, singing the National Anthem and appearing on American Idol, to a Grand Ole Opry appearance in November 2025. Harper is bringing a fresh, authentic energy to the genre with a touch of controversy. We talk about her journey, faking an engagement, and what's next for one of country's brightest young stars as she returns to the UK. Harper Grace, welcome to Chatter Hoochie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great now that we're chatting. How are you?
Yeah, it's good to see you again. Last time we spoke, don't know if you remember, it was C2C 2024, and I was challenging you on your Cockney rhyming slang.
I do. I do remember this, and I wasn't very good.
No, but to be fair, I wasn't very good either because I learnt a few things as well about those phrases. Have you used any Cockney rhyming slang since? And I won't be offended if you haven't.
I can't say that I have. I should have written some down so that I would have more under my belt. So maybe today will be the day that I
Maybe
start using them.
apples and pears is always the good one if you're going up the stairs. So if remember to use that one.
Right. Apples and pears going up the stairs.
um, Welcome back to the UK. Have you missed us?
Honestly, yes. Genuinely, I have missed the UK. I keep saying that I feel like one of these days in my future, I will spend more time here, as in, like, possibly even living here. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere in particular you'd want to live? Like, was it is like get to London and see kind of where you end up?
I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out. We're staying near Chelsea right now, like Battersea area.
Nice.
And I like how easily I can access, London in itself. I appreciate the public transportation because in America, the only times that it's safe to do so and travel public transportation is New York or Chicago. The rest of the time, it's quite sketchy, little scary area to do so. So don't, if you ever go to America and you're anywhere else besides New York or Chicago, don't do it. But I do really enjoy here in the UK that I can just take the tube or the bus and get exactly where I need to go. And so I do really like the Chelsea area, the Soho. We spent a little time in Soho, but I don't know. I feel like I'm still gathering the area that I want specifically, but I just know that I appreciate the cobblestone and the historical like buildings and the public transportation and just all the shops and the coffee and the tea and all of it.
Good. Well, I'm a fan of Chelsea as well because I support Chelsea, so I'm always going to be like, yes, you should live in Chelsea for sure. So definitely do
Yes.
that.
And the flower market. I love flowers.
And the
Flowers are like my
flowers,
favorite. So
Chelsea Flower Show,
have
it's
to.
famous. There you go. But you're back in the UK. You're playing Buckle and Boots this weekend, which is so exciting. What excites you the most about playing shows in the UK and having that opportunity?
Honestly, the thing I've noticed is the country listener here is so dedicated and intentional. You guys, the ones that really are eager and excited about music in general. It's nice to come here because the last time I had come here, um, people already knew lyrics to my songs, which is really exciting. You play shows in the US and not many people know who you are, but I feel like when you get country music over here to the UK because the country listener is so eager, they're very much there to support and be dedicated. And so I'm very grateful for that because it brings such a different atmosphere. As a artist here, you feel more, there's just a lot more appreciation because, it's still growing. So I feel honored to even be a part of it, especially being invited to play Buckle and Boots and eager to see how that goes. But yeah, it's a sweet fan base. So I'm excited to grow some more, hopefully if people like me, but
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. And like you say, playing Buckle and Boots for the first time. What do you know about the festival? And because obviously you did C2C last time. It was hopefully be a bit. It's going to be hot this weekend, by the way. So it's going to be a good one.
Yes, I keep hearing maybe we accidentally, brought our Texas or Tennessee weather over to the UK and we're going to get some
Absolutely.
sun. But yeah, I know that it's on a big old farm and a couple thousand people going to be there. And this is my first time playing it. C2C was such a joy to be able to be a part of a couple years back when we had chatted, like you said. But I think that there's areas for people to tent out and sleep over the weekend for this festival. We have stuff like this in the US, like sometimes in California or something. People post up property and are able to buy weekend passes and go glamping or I guess just regular camping outside. So I'm excited to see that here in the UK. I don't know exactly what to expect. I don't have too many details. I'm the kind of person that just likes to show up and gather while I'm present. So even with my team, I'm like, don't tell me too much information. I'm just going to get there when I get there, and we're going to see it and experience it all together. So I'm excited. We Manchester tomorrow and hop on a train. So should be a good one.
And I feel like this is kind of like a real moment for you because you kind of have been in the limelight since, a young age and kind of taken those strides forward with everything that's gone on, I suppose, over the last kind of 10 years with American Idol and everything else going on as well. But since then, you've kind of been so independent and kind of, doing your own thing and doing things your way and been so determined in where you want to get to. Looking back now, and I guess if you're talking to that 14-year-old, moving to Nashville for the first time, what would you say to that person who's about to play in the UK once again?
Oh goodness, that's a wonderful question. I think I would just say to the young girl, keep your head up and I guess buckle up because so many things happened since then, and I think encouraging just yourself. I had somebody ask me the question recently. One of my good friends has asked if I was living in any answered prayers right now. So, like, over the course of my childhood, like the things that I dreamt about or the things that I was really eagerly praying for or hoping that would happen, um, if I was living in those things. And my answer was yes. Like, there's so many things that I had been so excited about, or, I never would have thought I'd become the UK and singing. And, I did in my heart want to do that. But for it to actually be something that I'm living in right now is such a blessing. And so, getting to know that and thinking back to my younger self, like, man, she would be so ecstatic and excited to know that is literally what's happening right now. So that's a great question. Thanks for asking.
No worries at all. And I guess one of those dreams that you kind of wanted to fulfill was an Opry debut, um, which obviously
Yes.
happened at the back end of last year. How was that experience for you? I mean, because you talk to artists all the time, and obviously they kind of talk about how magical it is and kind of be on that stage in that circle. And I guess for you, no different. But what was your kind of experience of that?
So I'm actually still waiting for my personal Opry debut. I had the opportunity of singing with Drew Baldridge on one of his sets at the Opry. And it was exciting because not only did I get to share that just experience, I had been backstage at the Opry, I had never been, in a dressing room at the Opry, but getting to have that moment with him was really awesome. But I still didn't, step into the circle or do any of that because I'm like, the day that I actually have my own personal artist Opry debut is the moment that I feel like, you get welcomed in the circle and all that happens. So still a bit eager and excited for that day to come, but I'm grateful that I've even gotten the chance to sing on it just briefly.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Now the other big thing that happened, and obviously this is quite a big story that went, and I'm sure you're gonna have loads of questions and lots of people talk about it over the course of this
Yes.
weekend when you're here. The engagement or not engagement, and what I kind of love about this, and I don't know if I'm taking a different angle, is that kind of is actually there's there's a deeper meaning to this, and there's a deeper kind of story behind why you did all of this. So to kind of give some background, this is also related to the single that you released called "If Daddy Says No," and basically it's all kind of dealing with like a hypothetical situation of a route you may have gone down in your life. Um, tell me kind of your version of it and kind of the story of this.
Yes. I like to say that it was my method singing. Like people can go and method act when they book a show. This was my way of that with a song. And it was very real to me. I did almost get engaged. My dad did say no. The song is very true. I wrote it though prior to that situation happening. I was still kind of in the tension of it all, not sure what direction to go, what to choose. But I did the fake engagement as the rollout of marketing for this song because I wanted to welcome people into what would have happened. And I also felt like we see so much on social media nowadays and just kind of base people's lives off of what we see. And a lot of that happens, just from I do the same thing of you post the good stuff. Like it's the highlight reel. It's the things that are supposed to be exciting about your life that you want other people to be excited about. And so knowingly that if I would have gone down that path, I probably still would have posted it. I either A would have, called off an engagement or later on noticed that it was still wrong and got a divorce or whatever it may be. But I wanted to be able to play it out so much to where also the heaviness of not everything you see is real going to be addressed as well because we we go through society kind of just walking around just doing our thing and I'm not realizing that there's so much that people are walking through, and so to kind of bring an awareness around that as well. But I wrote the song without the intention of fully sharing the deepest, darkest parts of it. But as I began to play it live and hear other people's stories and how it related to them, and even to the wide variety of whether it's coming from a father or it's coming from someone who's about to ask the dad, or it's coming from a daughter without a dad or with a dad, I've heard so much to the point where it made me feel like in my spirit and in my heart that I was ready to also share my story. So I had built up enough of that confidence from the listener and the country music fan, to be able to tell my own story. So rolling out my fake engagement was a part of that.
But what I think is amazing as well is there's people out there who would have got, and I think it takes like some really strong like yourself to kind of go, do you know what? If my dad's saying no and I need to listen, because there's people out there who we may or may not know, but who have taken advice from people, family, friends, who have had people say no and have still done it. So
Yeah.
so kind of what would you kind of say to that, and in terms of just like being strong and kind of believing in that and listening to what people are saying?
I think obviously your own heart and soul, you get those gut feelings and that discernment of whether something's right or wrong. I think we all need to walk through situations and grow strength and confidence to be able to kind of continue to grow up. I think even as an adult, you're still living and learning, and daily it's learning lesson, no matter how old you are. And so I think for those ones, if you are kind of navigating a relationship and people say certain things, you know within your own heart well enough, but there are people that know you better that might even have more of an intuition to help. And I think sometimes we need to listen to those. But at the end of the day, too, yourself and you know that feeling. So definitely listen to those because those are intuitions and little flags that are racing its hand. So yeah.
Absolutely. Your dad was in the music video as well. How was that
Was.
experience for you?
Oh my gosh, it was so. Dad's not very animated at home. Like when he's funny, he's funny. For the most part, he's kind of quiet and to himself, very strong, very like confident man. And so having him involved in the video was just great. We had such a fun time. He kind of brought out his inner anger and frustration from the previous relationship that he could portray into the video. And so it was really fun to watch him do that. And also, just being a daughter and seeing a dad who I'm obviously really close with, just kind of sacrifice to do something for me because I know on his day to day he wouldn't just be like, oh yes, let me be in a music video and have cameras on me all day long and act. So I know he had to love me enough to be able to do that.
Well, it's great, and I absolutely love it. And what's great as well, you recently done a video talking about the kind of red or green flags that your dad would kind of say. What
Yes.
what are the green flags right now for you? Like, what are the greens?
Green flag number one is I think someone who has a faith. Like my family and I grew up, going to church, and that's very big for me. Just someone who loves the Lord. And then my other silly green flags are must know how to change a tire because not a lot of people know how to do that, unfortunately, and can chop wood. That means you're strong.
Okay.
Good all around. Seem like a great farmer. Know what's gonna happen. Can fix something. Something's broken. Um, Good communicator and also someone that can like laugh at themselves, like not so serious all the time. Someone who doesn't make me feel weird because I know I'm weird, so they have to be weird enough to where I feel normal.
It's time to give a shout out to our friends down at SoCal Barbecue Shop, the home of barbecue.
Here you'll find the ultimate range of barbecues and outdoor cooking equipment, and an unrivaled choice of barbecue sauces, rubs, accessories, charcoal, gas, and wood.
They're also a Yeti flagship store with the largest range in the UK, which is worth a visit on its own.
Not forgetting all the official Ariat, Stetson, Bass Pro gear. If you've not been, make it a priority soon, or check the website. Well, I've got some more for you, and you've got to tell me if they're a red or green flag for you. Okay, I've got
Okay.
7 or 8 here, and I want to know, just so, because you never know, that person might be in the UK, and we might help find them. I don't know.
Very
Um,
true, very true.
Especially if you're moving over. So there we go. Okay, first one. He's got a fishing photo as his profile picture. Is that red or green?
That's a red flag. Or no, sorry. Whoa. Green flag. That's a green flag. I
Okay,
like that. You can fish.
okay,
Yeah,
nice. He still talks to his ex because they're friends.
absolutely not. That's a red flag. We don't do that.
Okay, he owns cowboy boots, but he doesn't like horses.
Oh, that's a red flag. Yeah, well, I mean, there are cowboys that don't know how to ride horses and they mostly do like farming work. We'll say a beige flag.
A
You have to
beige.
see what else he can do. So we'll
Okay,
put that as a middle flag.
okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see as we go on. What about if he calls his mum every day?
That's a Oh, that's also maybe beige. It's good to talk to your mom every day, but I feel like as a man, if you're calling your mom every day, you're probably asking her for something.
Hmm.
So maybe you need to like, but if you're just
Grow up.
calling to check in, that's cute. But you can also ask her. I don't know. I feel like I've met mommies, boys, that are a bit older and they just don't ever leave the nest and their moms still do their laundry and
Okay.
they're in their late 20s and
Hmm.
that's a no for me.
Hmm.
But a beige flat, like a beige, if you're checking in and just calling and saying I love you,
Okay.
that's all right.
Nice. Okay. Cool. What about if he double texts when you're not answering him?
Honestly, I'm like a triple quad 5, 6, 7, 8 texter, but only because my thoughts are in increments. So it's not like I'm like,
Yeah.
why aren't you answering? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I literally think in like sentences. So I send like that. So if someone were to message me back in the same way I communicate, I think I'd be fine with that. That's a green flag because then we're
Okay.
on the same wavelength.
Okay. Is it like, oh, you'll get a text from like Harper, and it'll be like Harper, 3 notifications, 4 notifications, 5 notifications. It will just keep going up all at once.
Yes. Yes, that's me.
Okay.
But it's not like I'm like fighting with you. Like I'm not like
No.
eager to get your attention or like if that is the case, that's a red flag. Like, why aren't you answering? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, no. But if you're just sending me conversations that you're thinking of on the moment and I come to it and see it, I'm like, oh, texted me 10 times. That's so cute.
Okay. We'll get someone
Maybe
that.
that's bad.
Yeah. We'll see. Okay. Next one. Uses Snapchat as a main form of communication.
Red flag. No, we're moved on from the Snapchat. No.
Get rid of the Snapchat. Prefers
I know
cats.
people like that.
Oh, I know. Prefers cats over dogs.
Oh, I feel like I in Texas we're dog people. In Tennessee's dog people. I would prefer for them to like dogs more than cats, but I do like cats. I don't have cats. I feel like it's more so in the UK that people are cat people, right? Am I wrong?
I'd say there's probably a split. I reckon it's quite 50-50 split.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was nervous. Just your face made me feel nervous to say dogs.
You can say it. You can say it. I know you're a dog person, so it's all good. I just thought I'd ask. Um,
Yeah,
Final
dogs.
one. He only listens to Morgan Wallen and no other country music.
Beige flag. Because I mean, I've gone on times where I just only listen to Morgan and he's so good. How can you not?
Well,
But you should be listening to other people,
he should be. He should be.
If you're
Okay.
if you're a country fan.
Well, exactly. Exactly. Well, it's good to know. Noted. I'm sure there's someone here in the UK for you, 100%. Um,
Somebody out there.
right, before I let you go, there's obviously you're dealing with like the kind of national anthem moment that I guess is always being spoken about, and how you've kind of overcome that is amazing, and you're out the other side, and how you kind of approach that is just like people should really take note and kind of bow down to you for that. How proud do you think that 11-year-old self would be of you right now?
Oh, that's cute. Um, I think really proud because I continuously facing my fears and also still singing the national anthem and I think back then, right when it happened, I probably wouldn't have thought to continue to do that. But I think she'd be proud that I've continued on and found a way not only to find confidence in myself, but to also encourage other people who are struggling and maybe on the edge of whether they should follow a dream or not, or on the edge of trying to find their purpose. I think little me would be excited.
Absolutely. And before we let you go, what is the rest of 2026 looking like for you?
Well, we have some new music coming out next month that we've been in the works of. A full project that is also possibly just maybe coming out. And yeah, lots more touring and festivals and shows and writing. Just the same thing that I love to do every day.
Amazing. Well, Harper, it's so good to catch up with you once again.
You
Welcome back to the UK, and hopefully we'll get looking. We'll get on some estate agents for you.
Yes, please do. Sounds wonderful.
You've been listening to Chatter Hoochie.
Remember to like, subscribe, and tell all your friends.